Prime Minister Rishi Sunak announces new immigration plan for asylum seeker in the UK or those who will come in near future. His plan is based on 5 points, include increasing the rate on businesses, warehouse, factory, restaurant to enforce illegal working, which is that he want to increase 50%. He want to set up a special new command consist of military, civilians, armed forces, police, UKBA to stop the small boat crossing at the border. So in this video, I will give you some information what is his 5 plan is and what he want to achieve and why it is important to know this information for those who want to seek asylum or current asylum seeker or the immigrant who want to in future want to thinking to seek an asylum. The 5 point he presented in Parliament yesterday. The main theme of this 5 plan is in Parliament website, and I'm just showing in the screen is firstly what he want to do. He want to set up a national unified small boat cooperation and command. So small boats operational command, and it will be coordinate our intelligence, interceptions, processing, enforcement. It will be bring together our military, civilian capability and national crime agency, and it will coordinate our intelligence, interception, processing and enforcement, and use all available technology, resources, drones, surveillance, pick up people and up and identify them, prosecute more gang lead boat pilot. So that is his plan. And what he will do more for this small boat operational command is we are operating more than 700 new staff and also doubling funding given to the National Crime Agency for tackling organized immigration crime in Europe. So the first point in his language he said in Parliament, what I have just said, that to set up a new command coordinating together military, civilian to stop small boat crossing. The second point is mainly immigration officer to go back to the enforcement, which will turn allowed to increase rate on illegal working 50%. So that is also an important that many businesses are not checking the right to work when they employ someone, and many businesses, restaurant sector, due to the lack of staff, they are employing a lot of asylum seeker, those people who has no status, they are working in the UK and the right to work not properly checked. So this is a bad news for those businesses who are employed those people who has no right to work, because if the Home Office currently still a lot of rate, but it will be double 50% increase. So that means the rest businesses will face more enforcement rate in their businesses, which is a government the second plan to control immigration, or what they call, the Prime Minister says, illegal immigration. Then third point is which is basically government spend 5.5 million pound every day on hotel hotel to accommodate the asylum seeker. But what the government is planning is to introduce or use the former student hall military site, and they are thinking they will be able to accommodate 10,000 asylum seeker in the place there. So that will reduce the burden on taxpayer to save 5.5 million pound each day. So this is the fourth point, and move to the fourth point, which is basically 4 point is right. So 4 point is important. I think this is basically currently there is a huge backlog on asylum claim. So what the government want to do, they want to introduce a system which is radically re-engineering the end-to-end process with shorter guidance, fewer interview, less paperwork, and introduce less paperwork. Let me up to introduce the and introduce specialist caseworker by nationality. What they want currently, there is a huge backlog on asylum cases, claim cases. 1 year, 2 year, 1.5 year decision is not coming. So what they want to reduce. They want to reduce the interview. So currently we have 2 interviews, sometimes 3. So they will reduce interview. Less paperwork means you will able to submit less paperwork, less time. So currently you have an opportunity to submit the document 2-3 times. For example, on your first application, when you do the screening interview, you can submit some paperwork at the interview. Then you will receive 120 notice. At that point, you can submit some paperwork as well if you want, as much as you can. And when you go to the substantial interview, you will have an opportunity to submit again to the Home Office even later. But now the Home Office will specify how many time, how much paperwork you can submit it, so that they can decide your case very quickly. In fresh claim or further same rules is going to introduce in currently in the fresh claim. Even I have couple of fresh claim who is successful recently. My client even not attend at the interview, they just submit the paperwork on the first appointment, get decision. So they are going to introduce similar so that you will not get an opportunity to submit further documents. So that is the plan for 4. And what they want in the 4th point, he said, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, in the 4th point, in his 5 point, he said that he will going to set up he will introduce a special caseworker by nationality, so that the specialist caseworker can decide what is called the decision of asylum claim more quickly, deliver the decision within a short period of time. I do welcome to introduce more caseworker, but of course I'm concerned how far the asylum intake unit or the Home Office will able to give the decision fairly, justly, according to law based on human rights and refugee convention. This is still a question what we need to see in future. But in any case, these types of principle has introduced many times by the Home Office. It doesn't help actually. So we need protection. The asylum seeker needs protection for the as soon as possible. Many people even here is living so badly as a destitute. Even they don't have a place to live. They don't have right to work. They are suffering. I think the government should focus on the people who are already in the UK. Their decision pending 1 year, 2 years. So that should be overcome. And if I do welcome if the Home Office introduce anything which is beneficial for the Home Office. Now, backing to final point. First, then the 5th point, which is basically government introducing Albania, right? Albania. So small word this year, almost 30,000 people Albanian people came in the UK. So what the Home Office is going to do, he gave a news that he going to introduce a new agreement. So this is the 5th point regarding Albanian. Prime Minister, he gave 5 point to new plan. So 5th point is basically for 5th point is mainly he announced regarding Albanian nationals. So he said they are going to already done an agreement with the Albania government. So Albania is a European country and is safe. The Albanian government said the state said it's safe country. Therefore, the Home Office, the UK can return the asylum seekers safely over there. He gave an example of German, European countries, member of the NATO. They are refusing 100% refusal on asylum seeker from these Albania, and now UK only 45%. So therefore, it is entirely fair to return all the Albanian like 100% like other countries. So what the Home Office is going to do, Home Office he announced a new agreement with Albania and a new approach. That means they are going to return Albanian asylum seeker more safely, more quickly, more swiftly to Albania. So that is what is 5 points. So viewers, as I mentioned that this is video is for 5-point asylum. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak announced his 5-point in 5-point asylum plan for UK in future. The reason is currently the net migration goes up and is more higher than expected. Therefore, the government need to control the immigration, and accordingly he introduced 5 point and he presented it in House of Commons yesterday. I'm not sure how far he will be successful on this 5-point plan, as from my opinion more more plan like this will come in future, and more drastic realistic plan introduced by the previous Prime Minister, previous Home Secretary, and it's already in place, this types of plan. And unfortunately, none of this is working actually. Still the Home Office, a huge backlog still is in the Home Office. The decision take time 1 and 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, sometimes more than this. This plan we don't know yet. The 5-point briefly, as I said, first point, he said that he going to introduce a new small boat command, coordinating of military, civilian, UKBA border forces, using the new technology, surveillance, and to stop illegal crossing at the border. Second point, he said he will increase the raid on businesses. He will introduce new data sharing with the bank and the Home Office to close the bank accounts of people who have no right to stay in the UK. Thirdly, he said he going to increase or double the caseworker, introduce new policy, less paperwork, new guidelines for caseworker in the asylum seeker caseworker, so that they can make decision on and decrease the backlog in the Home Office. He also speak about 5th point Albanian, where there's 13,000 Albanian came in the, and many NATO countries, German and other countries, refuse the asylum. They are sending 100% asylum seeker over in Albania. So he announced that he announced a new agreement with the Albanian government, a new approach, so that the Albanian the Home Office can send more swiftly, more quickly. So this is his plan for the incoming future. Let's see how far his plan work, and we welcome if the Home Office Home Office system does work, the new approach. But as I said, the many Home Secretary, many Prime Minister introduced this type of plan, but still we are facing same problem. The asylum seeker decision, even normal application, leave to remain application, now currently taking nearly 6 months, 8 months, 9 months when fee waiver application we made. Even couple of my application which is pending quite long time, they are not giving this. So Home Office is basically messed up in caseworker section. They are not working, the system is not working properly. So the government should introduce a system so that the decision come according to the timetable set out in their official policy in caseworker guidelines. So this is all about 5-point a new immigration plan. Thank you very much all of you who watch this video.